to focus especially on the materials, on the objects you can use, and also what not to use in your every day-to-day life, and give you an example what to do, what to use, so you're going to be healthier. For example, I've started growing loofahs. Do you know what this is? It's a loofah. You can home grow it in, I think, almost every country. It comes from Egypt. And this is the sponge. So actually it grows like a cucumber or a pumpkin, but it's the best, I'll say, the most ecological sponge you can use for scrubbing yourself, for showering, or to wash the dishes. So this is one of the examples that I use in the kitchen to not pollute the environment. I don't buy the sponges that you just use, for example, week 2. It depends of how much you use it, and then throw away, and it goes to the garbage. It's actually the mixed waste. This is the ecological thing, ecological sponge, because it grows. You can buy it, or you can grow it on your allotment, on your garden, and then when it's so used you cannot use it again, for example, these parts tear up, you just throw it on your compost or into compost bin. So this is loofah. If you want to have seeds, you can also contact me. I'll give you the seeds because I grow it here in Slovenia as well. I'll plant them in a week or 2. I put them in the greenhouse. So actually the loofahs, I'm so sorry I didn't bring the seedlings, I already have. The loofahs are just as well as cucumbers or pumpkins. If you eat them when they're so young and fresh, they're really good, they're tasty. But later on they just grow these like mesh, and it's really good for scrubbing your skin and also for scrubbing dishes. So it depends. I have many loofahs, some in the bathroom and some in the kitchen. So I would really recommend this as a gift as to use it yourself. So yeah, that's one of the examples I want to share, so you know what you can actually use, and it's more ecological, not for you, also for you, for your body, but for the environment as well. So the next thing I would recommend is to use as many wooden objects as you can. This is just one thing. I use this for lemons, for extracting lemon juice. I try to avoid plastic. I still have plastic in my kitchen, but as I've heard, there are so many micro and nanoplastics going into our body. I decided to change whenever I can. If something gets broken and I cannot repair it, I buy the wooden or other material that is more healthier for me, for our body, and also for the environment as well. When this thing will break, I will just put it in the nature on my compost, and it's biodegradable. So it's actually a good thing to use materials like this. Also, if you have babies, I'm out of this era, but I have still a few pieces of baby nappies. These are new because I like to show alternatives to disposable nappies and menstrual pads and everything that goes with it. So this is a baby nappy that is actually made out of bamboo or cotton. It depends. You have different nappies, and it's washable. Here you put like from cellulosis a part here, so when there's poop you just throw that into the toilet and you wash this part. It still has a tag because it's new, because I want to show people what it looks like. So this is a baby nappy. It's also suitable for smaller babies because you just put it like this. So if you need a smaller part, you just make it smaller because it has a lot of buttons here. it depends of what size you need for your baby. So baby nappies are really good. I've also realized that a lot of babies have rashes because of the plastics in the diapers, the disposable diapers. Also, for women, the menstrual pads, you get rashes, you get certain irritations, and using cotton or bamboo, I prefer cotton, like nappies and menstrual pads, is better for your health. So please use that. If you need a discount, I also have a code for discount. If you need it, let me know. I can put it there in the comment. So I'll just do whatever you want for you to use these, or you can just check them out on the internet. There are so many nappies, the washable ones. Here in Slovenia, we have a great company that I think is already 25 or 30 years doing these nappies, and also napkins, kitchen napkins, and all of the other menstrual pads, and so many things. They're such good quality, and they're great. So I would really recommend this. So this part of the baby nappy is actually so it doesn't get wet, the clothes that the baby is wearing. This is the insides. This is the actually extra pad. It depends how much fluid there is from the baby. So how much he drinks, eats, and then it depends how much layers you need. You can just remove this one. So yeah, actually you put this thing and just it's so easier to show it on baby, but hey, I also have videos if you want to know how to use them. And this is the brand Ratsman, if you want to know. And I have a special code if you need it for the discount. They also sell it to other countries, so it's not just in Slovenia, also in the United States and all over Europe. So this is one of the things. Also menstrual pads. I don't have one right here with me, but I'm gonna show you the alternatives as well that are better for your body than using the normal menstrual pads that are actually the disposable ones, so you don't get irritations or anything like that. Also, if you have other problems, for example, older people, when they cannot contract the urine, it just goes out. There are also the everything to wear, for example, and the washable. I wanted to say the washable, not just pads but panties and everything. It's way better than the disposable ones. So yeah, that's for the babies and menstrual pads. And also, if you have questions, just let me know, and I'm gonna try to answer you as much as possible. Because the day is Earth Day, but still I'm showing these things for quite some years now, and I want to share them with you so you know what alternatives, healthier alternatives there are in the world. Also, oh, I have a menstrual pad. Look here. So these are the menstrual pads. These are the smaller sizes. You also can get the bigger sizes and different patterns. So yeah, just like that, made out of cotton. Really good quality. I have a few of those for about 12 years now. So yeah, they're really good quality. Or if you don't like pads, some people don't like pads because they don't have the panties that are really good for the pants. You can use the menstrual panties that look like this. Actually, the normal ones. And they are padded. They have more layers here, so for the blood and everything. So yeah, that is for the menstrual cycle. Also, I have here menstrual disc. I don't know if you know this. It's menstrual disc. Another alternative. This is made out of silicone, but if you prefer this or panties or pads, it's way better than the disposable pads and everything. I have another loofah. Toothbrush. You can use this bamboo toothbrush. These are still microplastics. There are also other alternatives, but still you can opt for more wooden and bamboo styled toothbrushes. Also, these are the tablets for washing your teeth. You can buy them like that in bulk. I normally just come with my cup, bigger cup, the glass jar, and I fill them up, and you have different tastes like menthol and other one, lemon and stuff like that. Also, another alternative for the menstrual cycle is this menstrual cup. I don't know if you know it. This one is Lali cup. So if you prefer these one. Then what I wanted to show you are like the most typical thing I always teach is when you go grocery shopping, just use your own bags. You have a lot of bags, I assume, in your house, in your flat, and use the ones you already have. I prefer the cotton ones. This one is a bit bigger. Those are great also for rice, for chickpeas, for all certain veggies and fruits and everything. So I don't know, do you go grocery shopping with your bags, your containers, or you just buy in the supermarket whatever you have there in your packaged in your packaging? Let me know. Also, there are so many things you can change. This is a really good thing. Spoon and also fork. There's also one that I have with knife here, so you can use it. It's wooden, so it's really good because I really prefer wood than plastics. You know, when you use plastics and when you're cooking it, when you're cooking, you actually cook the plastic. It melts. It goes into your food. So avoid that. Avoid microplastic, nanoplastic that actually comes out when you cook with your plastic tools. So this is a really good alternative for eating a snack. Or you just use the spatula that is a wooden one, not a plastic one. Also, you can make bags out of curtains. So reuse, repurpose whatever you have in your home that you would normally or other people would throw away. Remember that people didn't throw away so many things because they didn't have them. For example, my grandmother, my grandfather, they repurposed the same material again and again. For example, my grandmother told me that when she went to the butcher's or anywhere else, she had like they told her and other people that they should bring this container or this plastic bag or whatever they had, because there wasn't so many plastics, that she should bring it again and again to reuse it, because they didn't have as many containers and foils and everything. So we should think about that and go way back like we used to be. And actually, when supermarkets and everything started, we forgot about that. I know I was a kid grown in 90s and we had supermarkets and everything changed. I assume that when talking to my grandmother, she didn't know about that kind of shopping. So yeah, we should go back. What do you think? I would really like to hear your opinion. And they used to have really more wooden things, props, like comb to comb your hair and other things. They didn't have straws, but now you have glass ones, this ones, that there are different ones. So actually, what the purpose of this live stream is, I want to share how much it means if you use the materials that support your body. They support your body when you don't use plastic, because when using plastic, you also put it in your body. Food that is in containers, aluminum, and like that, it's not healthy. The food is changing. They're gonna produce chocolates and other foods that are not actually from out of grain and potatoes and veggies and all of that, but they're gonna produce the food that it's made out of something that it's not food. So that is my emphasis today. I want to share that. Please think about it, what you're putting in your body, on your body, body lotions, body shampoos, creams, and everything. It's really important to use the ecological materials. Also, you can make your own shampoo. You can also make your own many things. If you have a garden, you can have so many things. So if you want to, I can share more about how to grow your garden, how to make seedlings, how to grow your own sponges for bathing, for washing the dishes. This is loofah. It's really good. You just need a roof or something that it's covered so it's not out in the rain. So things like that will change everything back to like we used to live, and we would not throw away so many things. And if we throw them away, let it be the biodegradable materials. So this is grown. So actually, if I throw it in the woods or wherever, it's gonna just compost. So that's a good idea. Also, have in mind that when buying clothes, go and try to find secondhand shops, and maybe just organize an event where you swap your clothes with your friends or your family, or for example, kids outgrow their own clothes, you just put them to another person and they put to another person, and it's gonna cycle, because you have to know that clothes, they are normally, well, it's not normal, but it is what it is. They are dyed with colors that are really bad for our skin. That's also why people have a lot of rashes, because they buy clothes that are new and they came out of the factories. Also, we could talk about the ethical way of producing those clothes, but let me focus more on the health topic. And actually, if you buy the clothes, you can get a lot of rashes. I get them, my kids get them if the clothes are new, because they are dyed with the color, the toxic color. This toxic is toxins are also in the food, so be careful. Be careful what you eat, what you put on your skin with creams, with shampoos. It's changing. It's been changing for a while now, but still it's changing so much that we get things that are not natural and we're putting it into our body. And there are research done that we have the microplastics, the nanoplastics in our body, in our brain, in our gut. We have them everywhere. So please be aware of that. Also, if you buy new clothes, make sure these clothes they're ethically made, that they are from good quality. Maybe also support local people making them. Also check. I know it's difficult to check everything, but I also share, and other people like me share, stores. They're smaller stores that people produce their clothes, or they produce clothes from the ethical materials. So buy that instead. If you cannot swap, if you cannot go to secondhand shop, just find the materials that are natural. For example, I like to buy things from linen. Also silk. That's the other. Silk is better than other synthetical clothes. This is silk, for example. So I buy clothes that are ethically made, that people get to be paid fairly. Have that in mind. So have your own garden. Also, if you have a balcony, just grow something, a basil, parsley, whatever. Grow something so you will get that feeling that when food is made, it really is really difficult to throw something away because you feel how much work, how much energy was put into that, and then you throw something away. It's life changing. Also, it's therapeutical to have your own garden. If you live in Slovenia, you can also come and join our community. You're very welcome. But also, if you would like to know more about gardening, I can share that here as well. Also, we've covered the shampoos, the shower gels. Make sure where this comes from. For example, also the hair dyes. There are hair dyes that are made, they are synthetical. Don't use those. It goes into your skin, it goes into your body. So just use the natural dyes. For example, you have henna, indigo. I can share also that later on, specifically that topic, if you would like to know more. Or also oils. I prefer oils than sunscreen. Sun cream, because sun cream, you should know that there are chemicals as well in that, so I would not recommend it. It's better to just go and use the shade if you have it, if it's possible. And sun is actually really, really good for us. It's not good for us to expose ourselves for a long period of time. But for example, in a specific time of day, it's really good for us. It's healthy. So don't be afraid of that. And listen to yourself. It's really important to listen to yourself, because if you feel something that is good for you, it probably is. So yeah, if you have any questions, just go ahead. Also, while I'm waiting for your questions, eat locally. This is a local apple. It's from a farm that they just use they don't use pesticides or herbicides or something like that. It's ecological, and the best thing to know it's not that shiny. Normally in the stores, in the supermarkets, the apples are really shiny and big and all red. This one, can you see it? It's a bit different. It's not that perfect, but that means it's a better one. It's ecological one, and I prefer these apples than the ones that are just filled with the pesticides. So yeah, if you have any questions, I'll just wait a bit. And what else? Later on, maybe in other live videos, I'm gonna talk about the energy, how to actually help yourself to be more to not let other people in to suck your energy. That's really important, to just secure yourself. Yeah. If you have any more questions, if not, we're gonna conclude this live in a while. Yeah. So I think that's basically it. Maybe I can share as well something else. If we've talked about gardens, allotments, use the seeds. Use the seeds you have. For example, I have a lot of seeds. I also have my own seeds because I leave the veggies that are just go into the flowers, and then they make seeds, and I use those seeds again and again later on. So it's a really good thing to have your own seeds. Also, have a garden. If you don't know how to garden, start with smaller size of your garden. Start with your mom, your grandmother, your grandfather. They know a lot. They know a lot about gardening. And if you don't know, just check here, or if you have questions, I can make videos as well, so you can learn more about how to garden and how to be self-sufficient as much as possible. Oh yeah, that's it. See you next time. Bye bye.